and welcome back. Today's video is going to be the foundation video of the week, but this time I don't have a new foundation or first impressions. I'm going to be bringing to you my go-to summer foundation routine that is oily skin approved and it provides lots of sun protection throughout the day. And for the most part, everything is of a drugstore pricing. There's only one item that's really expensive, and that's my moisturizer SPF, which this is the product. It is the Origins Plantscription SPF 25. I just take a little bit to the back of my fingernail and just plop it a little bit all around the face. You honestly don't need much. Normally I do this off camera. I wash my face first thing in the morning and then I just apply this and let it soak in, but I thought I would include this because this is the first step in that sun protection, and I love this product. It is so good. It makes it so much easier that it's your moisturizer and your SPF in one, because I have had to go in the past with moisturizer, then I'll go in with a sunscreen, and the sunscreen is always just so greasy and it leaves my skin just feeling really oily, and I try to get rid of that since I do have an oily skin type, and then you get a little bit of a heavy white cast sometimes. So for me, this moisturizer is incredible, and I do think it is definitely worth the price tag. I mean, you could definitely do it the moisturizer and SPF separate way, but if you're looking for something that's an all-in-one that won't leave you greasy and all of that, this stuff is amazing. Then for primer, I'm gonna go in with the NYX Pore Fill. I just rediscovered this in my previous $10 and under video, and I was like, oh, why haven't I been using this more? It's such a good pore filling primer. I do really need to go out and experiment a little bit more because I tend to use the same primers. I mean, I know what works and I know what doesn't, but I feel like I've almost gotten in a little bit of a rut because I keep using the same primers, and you guys might be getting bored of me using the same primer over and over again. So I'm actually gonna go out this weekend to an Ulta and pick up some new primers. I've mentioned it a few times, but my closest Ulta is about an hour 20 away from me, so I don't exactly have one close by. I do most of my makeup shopping online or at Walmart if they have it, or my Rite Aid, because those are the closest stores to me. So I'm very excited. I'm gonna go to Ulta this weekend and I'm gonna get some new products so I can start showing you guys something different. And if you have been subscribed to my channel for a while, you already guessed what I'm going in with next. This is the N Wild Photofocus Primer Water in Cucumber. Hate the scent of the cucumber, go with the rose or the coconut. Cucumber is not my jam, but I don't like to waste product, so I'm gonna keep using that even though I don't like the scent, because I just still really like the product itself. For foundation today, we're gonna go in with the Physicians Formula The Healthy Foundation. This one also has an SPF of 20, and I have the shade LC1. Does have the little doe foot applicator, so I'm just gonna put a few stripes all over the face. And this is actually a really good foundation for all skin types I have found. Even my drier skin type subscribers have told me that they have become obsessed with this foundation. So it's gonna be able to work for everyone, not just my oily skin type people, but even for you guys. This foundation is really good. I only have to do my first touch-up about 7 hours in, which I think is absolutely incredible. I am very oily, so for me that is perfectly fine. Now that I look fabulous, let's blend this in. And I'm just taking my Wet n Wild sponge and blending this in. It does have a more light to a medium coverage, so I usually go in with a couple stripes all around the face like I did. And if I feel like I want a little bit more coverage in areas, I'll just go back in with the little wand, add a little coverage where I feel like it is necessary. But I like that it's not so full coverage. I enjoy going in with something a little bit lighter coverage if it's gonna be a nice day and you're out and walking about. And then I'm gonna wipe away these foundation lips because I know I hate to stare at them, so I know you guys are probably hating them too. For concealer, we're going in with something a little bit lighter coverage. This is the Wet n Wild Photofocus. I have the shade Light Ivory, and maybe you guys were thinking like, oh, she's gonna go in with something full coverage. She's gonna highlight and brighten and do the whole shebang. Nope. Not today. I'm only putting a little bit right here, and this is a really good match to most of my foundations. This is not a brightening shade. I only like to use this really underneath the eyes just to maybe bring a little bit of extra coverage up to the eyes here and conceal a little bit more. See, it kind of just blends out and looks very natural. I'm not taking any other concealer anywhere else on the face because this is a very natural, lightweight look today. On most days, I don't do that whole process unless I'm going really glam. Well, my eyes kind of look glam, but I don't do the highlighting and brightening every single day. I mean, that's just a lot of work and it's a lot of product on the face. So if I know I'm gonna be outside, like I keep mentioning, I like to keep things kind of simple and very light. So I just blend that out. And then that's it. Just take my ColourPop No Filter Loose Setting Powder in Translucent and just lock it all down. I know you guys are probably shocked right now. What? No full coverage concealer? No putting it all over the face? Keeping it natural. Or as Scott Barnes says, snatchural. I freaking love that word. I watched him do Tati's makeup and I was in awe the whole time. He has some serious skill and it's a lot of makeup that he puts on her, but I really want to try it. It just looks like so much fun. And so I just press that in underneath the eyes with the sponge. And for my drier skin type people, I mean, you can press it in too, but if you want to put powder on the rest of the face, I do suggest going in with a brush and just lightly whisking it around the face if you want to do that. Because what I'm about to do is a little bit heavy on the powder, but it is more geared towards my oily skin type people. This is just what I do to secure the foundation all day long. So I'll put a little bit more here on the chin and some down the smile lines. And then bring it up onto the nose. It's a lot of powder. It's a lot of powder. I know this. But as I was just saying, I was going lightweight with the foundation. But I do this to secure it throughout the day so I know it's locked in and my oily skin can kind of handle it a little bit longer. You know, it's just what I like to do, what I've found works for me personally. If you like less powder, just, you know, use a brush or leave it bare. For bronzer, I'm gonna go in with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in Light Bronzer. This one, can you tell I love it? Honestly, these things last for years though. I have been trying to pan this since the beginning of the year. I had a tiny little dent in it. I still have a long way to go. I already have a backup. This one's a new one, but this one's in bronzer instead of light bronze. It's honestly not that much darker than light bronzer, so I just wanted to give that one a shot since I like a little bit darker bronzer. But I'm gonna keep using my light bronzer here and just warming up the face a little bit, making us look all nice and bronzy and glowy like we've been in the sun all throughout winter and spring. We've been preparing for the summer season when we really haven't been. I know me personally, I really need to work on a fake tan because I am pasty. And I'll take it down the neck too and just start kind of bronzing down a little bit. Add some color all over. Don't just leave it here. Bring it down. I have mentioned this a few times now, but I no longer contour, I bronzer. So I'm taking my bronzer still, but this time on a little bit more of a tapered brush. This one is by Wet n Wild, and I will take this with my little teeny tiny brush and just add a little bit more bronzer in a little bit of a more concentrated, snatched out area, and just blend this out like so. Almost like you're using contour basically, but you're using your bronzer so that way it's a little bit more cohesive with the rest of the makeup look. This is just how I personally have started to really love to do my makeup. And I think it just looks more natural. Natural. No, wait, it's natural. And with this same brush, I'll just take a little bit of that same bronzer and kind of run it down the sides of the nose here. Just add a little bit color here. I don't really do any, you know, contouring of the nose. I just kind of bronze it up a little bit so it gets a little bit of color out here. Sometimes I feel like it looks so pale. I want some loving too. Then it kind of depends on my mood. Either I'll go in with a little bit of blush or I'll just go without and skip straight to highlight. But I think I'll add just a tiny splash of blush get into this thing. Where my tweezers at? Downside to fake nails. So I'm gonna go in with a fun one. This one's by Sleek Makeup. It is in rose gold. This is a super beautiful blush that honestly I don't show off enough. I don't think I've ever done a video with this blush being showcased. Today is the first. I'm just taking a little bit of it on my Morphe Y9 brush and just adding a little bit of color here to the cheeks. Just a little bit to the apples. It has a little bit of a shimmer to it too, so it's very pretty, a good summertime blush. Wow, you can really see the shimmer that's in the blush. I mean, my little apples are just beaming. Don't even need highlight, but I'm still gonna go in with some. Highlight, I typically switch it up. This is not really based on the summertime foundation routine. I'm gonna use the new one by Wet n Wild. This is the Crystal Cavern collection. This one is in the shade Crystal High, and I was a little bit disappointed in the selection of these colors. I thought they were gonna have more options of these putty highlighters where they had some different colors, because this one is very icy. So I thought maybe they would come out with something a little bit more golden tone and things like that, but this is actually the only one they launched, which is surprising. But it is freaking fantastic. I may have gone a little bit too heavy-handed right here, which a trick is to just take the little end of your sponge. If you go a little bit ham, just lightly dab it over the area you kind of want to tone down, and it'll help to mask it, because woof, went a little ham there. But seriously though, that is intense. I kind of like it. You're gonna be beaming once you walk outside with this. Just taking a little bit here on the nose, trying to be a little bit more subtle. I do like the little dot at the tip of the nose here, like it's a little button. Which now let's just pop on a little bit of lips. Of course, I'm gonna be going in with the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in the High Shine lipstick. This one is in Send Nudes. I'm gonna have to buy a new bottle very soon because this is my favorite lip color. It is such a good nude. I hope they come out with plenty more of these colors, because I've been checking back in my store each time and I'm like, ooh, do they get new ones? Do they? But they haven't yet. I would like to see 20 different shades of nudes, please. And then we have just 2 more steps. Step number 1, go in with a little bit more of the Wet n Wild Cucumber Setting Water. Adding this on top right now helps to melt all the powders that you put on into the skin, so it doesn't have that full-on powdery look. And then the last step is another setting spray, which I know it seems very extra, but this is the Ulta Beauty Broad Spectrum SPF 50 Rose Water Setting Spray. This not only has SPF inside of it, but it is a matte finish. It's water resistant for up to 80 minutes. It says the UVA, UVB protection, dermatology tested, all that good stuff. And I like to include this as an affordable makeup item because this little bottle here, 3.4 fluid ounces, and it's only $9.99. And Ulta always has a pretty good deal on their own selection. It does have one of those little balls in there, so you just gotta make sure you shake it first. The only thing is I hate the scent of this. It is a very strong, kind of minty scent. It's not exactly my favorite thing, but I put up with it because it is so good. You get a lot of sun protection with this, with it being the 50 SPF, and it's perfect because it has the matte finish. I cannot use regular sunscreens on top because if you use those spray ones, I find that they leave you looking really greasy. So if you add oily skin to the greasiness, I mean, you just look like a hot mess, and then you can't set it away because it leaves a very sticky feeling. And I don't know, I just feel really gross when I use that. So I've been on the hunt for a good matte SPF setting spray, and I found this one last year and I freaking love it. So let me use it. It really does help to add that sun protection in it. I pop this inside of my bag and I will touch up every 2 hours. I mean, that's usually when they say you're supposed to touch up with SPF. You can keep enjoying the sun without having to worry about getting burnt or damaging your skin, so highly recommend this one right here. If you're gonna get anything out of everything I suggested today, get this little setting spray because this will do the job throughout the whole day with touch-ups and everything like that. So I mean, this is the star of the show. That was actually the last step. So it's a very simple, straightforward summertime foundation routine. So when you go out wearing this face of makeup, you can know that your skin is staying protected. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I really wanted to share it with you guys so that way we can all protect our skin during the summer season. Sometimes we can forget about it, and I'm here to help remind you guys. So if you like this video, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that little bell button. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!